What if I told you there's a hidden code inside you that could unlock something beyond human? Something like a superpower. Part 1. The basics of DNA and the junk. Imagine you're a teenager in a small village. You fall off a cliff 20 feet straight down. Everyone expects broken bones, but you stand up, barely a scratch. The doctor is confused. Later, tests show your body healed 5x faster than normal. Now let's talk science. DNA, your body's source code. It contains over 3 billion letters, but here's the kicker, only 2% of that is used to build your body. The other 98%. Scientists used to call it junk DNA. But what if it's not junk? What if it's a hidden instruction manual for superhuman abilities, just waiting to be activated? Part 2. Real cases of human anomalies. 1. Wim Hof, the Iceman. He swims in ice-cold water, climbs frozen mountains wearing only shorts. At first, people thought he was faking it. But researchers studied him. His DNA expresses proteins that protect him in extreme cold. He trains his mind and breath. Yes, but his body literally works differently. 2. The man who feels no pain, SCN9A mutation. A boy from Pakistan broke his arms and kept playing. His parents thought he was possessed, but science found a rare gene mutation, SCN9A. It blocks pain signals. He doesn't feel pain, not even burns. 3. Hyperthermesia. People with super memory. Imagine remembering every single detail of every single day in your life. What you ate, what you wore, the weather. Scientists studied these rare humans, found anomalies in their DNA affecting their brain's memory regions. Part 3. Mutations. Not always bad. Mutations usually sound scary, right? But here's a twist. Some of the most powerful traits in humans come from genetic mutations. Take CCR5-delta-3-2. It's a mutation that makes some people completely resistant to HIV. Their DNA doesn't let the virus enter. Now imagine if we could control mutations. If we could trigger them safely, could we unlock a new phase of evolution? Part for CRISPR editing human code. In 2018, a Chinese scientist claimed he created the first genetically edited babies. The goal? Make them resistant to HIV. He used CRISPR tool-like scissors to cut and paste human DNA. But here's the wild part. This tool could do more than prevent disease. It could enhance us, make us stronger, smarter, faster? But should we? Scientists are already testing gene therapies on blindness, cancer, and yes, even strength and endurance. Part 5. Unlocking the superhuman in you. Let's get real. You're not going to wake up with laser vision tomorrow. But epigenetics, the science of how environment changes gene expression, proves something powerful. Your DNA is listening to your life. Cold exposure, meditation, intense training, breath work. These things can activate genes. You might not be born superhuman, but you could become one. Part 6. Ancient clues and modern blood. Did you know some humans today carry the DNA of Neanderthals and Denisovans, ancient human species? This isn't history class, this is your bloodstream. One Tibetan tribe lives easily in low oxygen, high altitude regions. Their secret? A Denisovan gene that lets their blood work efficiently with less oxygen. Meaning your so-called limitations might just be untapped ancestral upgrades. Part 7. The moral dilemma. Should we unlock it? If we can activate superpowers, should we? What if only the rich can afford gene editing? What if governments use it to create super soldiers? What if children are born into a world where they're already outdated? The question isn't just can we, it's will we use it wisely? Part 8. Your superhuman starts. Now, you don't need a lab or CRISPR to start. It begins with your habits. Practice cold showers. Master your breath. Train your mind with deep focus. You are not a fixed version of yourself. You're evolving with every choice you make. Part 9. DNA and human consciousness. What if your DNA isn't just physical but linked to your mind? Studies from Princeton University showed that human consciousness can impact random systems. Your thoughts may affect matter. Some quantum physicists even propose that DNA can transmit and receive frequencies like an antenna. That means emotions, thoughts, beliefs may directly influence your genetic expression. This isn't science fiction, it's quantum biology, and it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about the human experience. Part 10, the final key. You are the mutation. You've heard the phrase, you are one in a million. That's wrong. You are one in billions of genetic combinations. A never-before-seen blueprint. The real superpower. Awareness. You now know that your DNA is not your destiny. You can shift it. You can evolve it. You can awaken it. You are the mutation the world is waiting for. Part 11, the DNA Black Files, Secret Experiments. No one talks about, what if I told you that governments and private labs have already been experimenting on genetic mind control for decades? In 1975, a classified project known as MKUltra genetic branch surfaced briefly before vanishing again. Whispers suggest they used DNA manipulation to enhance obedience, suppress fear, and even trigger aggression on command. You think sci-fi movies are fiction? What if they're inspired by real hidden experiments? Part 12, Genetic Memory. Are you living your ancestors' pain? Have you ever felt fear without a reason? Or an intense sadness in a place you've never been? Scientists are now proving DNA carries trauma. Holocaust survivors' children showed stress responses they never lived through. It's called epigenetic inheritance. You might be fighting battles that began generations before you. But here's the twist: what if you could also access their strength? What if inside your cells is the memory of warriors, healers, kings?
Part 13. The elite genetic upgrade program. Only a few people on Earth have the money to alter their DNA with the latest tech. Rumors say billionaires are already investing in gene vaults, secret labs that offer strength, beauty, immunity, for a price. Think about it. A world where the rich don't just have more, they become more. If we don't wake up now, the future won't just be unfair, it'll be genetically divided. Part 14. Your DNA versus the algorithm. Right now, as you scroll, algorithms track your data. But what if one day they tracked your DNA? In China, reports claim mass DNA surveillance is being tested. Combine that with AI, and you get predictive behavior systems, not just knowing what you'll do, but shaping it before you do it. It's not just your mind at risk anymore, it's your biology. Part 15. This is the turning point. This isn't fear, it's fuel. You now know the truth. You're not broken. You're not average. You're not done evolving. Every step you take, from breath work to belief, from learning to action, writes new code into your body, into your story, into your future lineage. So what will you choose? Will you activate the code, or let someone else write your ending? Part 16. AI versus DNA. The ultimate showdown begins. What if I told you? The race isn't between countries or corporations anymore, it's between AI and human DNA. AI evolves every second, but DNA needs generations. And yet, some scientists claim, if we unlock the right sequences, DNA can learn, adapt, and even outsmart AI, like instinct versus intelligence, heart versus circuit. The question is, will we evolve fast enough, or become the slaves of our own creation? Part 17. The mutation that saved a village. In a remote village in Siberia, every child born after 2007 started showing strange similarities. No illness, rapid healing, and a terrifying empathy. They could feel each other's pain, literally. Doctors called it a miracle mutation, but when corporations heard about it, they tried to buy the land, and then the disappearances began. The question is, were those kids the next step in evolution, or something much more? Alien. Part 18. Your DNA is listening. Ever heard the phrase speak life into yourself? Now science says it's literally true. In experiments, human DNA responded to words, intent, even emotion. Say hate, and your DNA coils tighter, like it's under attack. Say love, and it opens. You are literally programming yourself with every word you say. So the next time you call yourself lazy, useless, or ugly, your body obeys. Be careful what you speak. You're building your future with it. Part 19. The ancient code hidden in Indian Denarissan studies found something shocking. In certain Indian lineages, a genetic sequence exists that's not found anywhere else on Earth. This sequence appears in texts as old as the Vedas, described as Divya Shakti, divine energy. Scientists don't understand it, but yogs claim it's linked to enhanced intuition, long-term memory, resistance to disease, and even altered states of consciousness. Could it be that ancient India knew the secret of evolution before science? Part 20. You were never ordinary. You are coded for more. You've watched till now because something inside you whispered, "This is real. This is me." And you're right. You were born with the same atoms as stars. You carry the fire of your ancestors. You're not a mistake. You're a message. Your DNA is not a cage, it's a key. So now I ask you, are you ready to use it? Are you ready to unlock your gift? Because in the next video, we meet the people who already did, and their stories will give you chills. Part 21, the forgotten tribe with DNA that defies death. Deep in the Amazon, there's a tribe untouched by modern civilization. They have no hospitals, no medicine, yet they live longer than most of us. Scientists tested their DNA. The results: near immunity to cancer, ultra-fast wound healing cells that refuse to age normally. They call it the blood of the forest. But here's the twist. When researchers tried to replicate the sequence in a lab, the sample self-destructed, as if nature was guarding its last secret. Part 22, the sound that reprograms DNA. A team of researchers in Japan discovered something wild. Certain ancient chants like Gregorian tones, and Tibetan mantras can actually change DNA vibrations in real time. One frequency, in particular 528 Hz, is known as the miracle tone. When played near damaged DNA strands, they started repairing themselves. So, are temples not just spiritual centers but biological upgrade stations? What if healing isn't in medicine, but in sound? Part 23, the 3 children born without fear. 3 children, 3 countries, one bizarre similarity: they feel no fear. They've walked into fire, faced wild animals, even stood still in front of moving cars. Medical tests show one anomaly: their amygdala, the brain's fear center, is inactive, but not broken. Evolved. Are they nature's glitch, or the prototype of the next human species? And the bigger question: if we remove fear, what would humanity truly become? Part 24, the Great DNA Reset is coming. You've heard of the Great Reset: economy, politics, society. But what if I told you the real reset is inside you? Biotech companies are racing to offer DNA reboots, editing genes to erase trauma, erase addiction, erase memories, for a price. But here's the danger: if someone else controls your DNA, do you still control you? And would you trade your pain if it meant losing your past? Part 25, you're the mutation. You've made it this far because deep inside, you already know. You're not just watching a story, you're the story. You are the rarest combination of survival, love, pain, and power. Your ancestors fought wars so your blood could remember victory. The next step isn't in a lab. It's in your mind, in your breath, in your decision to evolve consciously. So here's your challenge. Meditate for 10 minutes. Breathe in belief, breathe out fear, and say out loud, "I activate my code." Part 26, the message hidden in your scars. What if your body never forgets? Every scar, every wound, every heartbreak stored like encrypted data. And some scientists believe the skin and cells around trauma points have different DNA activity, as if they remember. One man underwent hypnosis, and every scar he had started burning. Turns out, they weren't just wounds, they were codes. Your body isn't broken, it's a map. Part 27, the last library of forbidden DNA. In a secret vault beneath the Arctic beyond the Svalbard Seed Bank exists a lesser-known archive, the Genetic Vault. It stores modified genomes, ancient human bloodlines, and even extinct species DNA. Only 9 people on Earth have access. One of them leaked a sequence that showed something terrifying, a genome with non-Earth markers. It's labeled HE13. Is it ancient, or not from this world? Part 28. The day time froze for 6 people, 6 cities, 6 exact seconds. All 6 had near-death experiences, and all described the same thing: a golden spiral, a humming vibration, a voice that said, "Your code isn't complete yet." Doctors dismissed it as hallucination until a geneticist compared their DNA. Each one had identical mutations in non-coding regions, a mutation not seen in 8 billion people. Coincidence or activation? Part 29, the DNA upgrade ritual. They tried to erase in ancient Tibet. There was a ritual called Vriksha Sutra tree code. Participants fasted, meditated, and chanted for 21 days. On day 22, their eyes changed color. On day 23, they could hear sounds from miles away. On day 24, some said they left their bodies. British colonists banned it in 1871. Records were burned, but one scroll survived, and it ends with this line: "You are not flesh, you are frequency, wrapped in memory." Part 30, this is not the end. It's the upload. You stayed till now, not because of curiosity, because your soul remembered that you are more than just a name, more than a job, a title, or a routine. You are a library of survival, a universe in motion. You're coated with fire, and now, you've been updated. This isn't the end of the video. This is the beginning of version 2.0. Comment now. What part of your code do you feel awakening? Like this video if your heartbeat syncs with any moment. Subscribe because this isn't a channel, it's the start of the human reboot. And share this with someone who forgot that they were never ordinary.